Okay, what is it? Good afternoon now. Good afternoon. I'm just coming to y'all with a warning, and I'm going to say that I believe that this warning is coming from God. I really believe that what's going on right now, we truly are grieving God, because God He's speaking to us through many events that's happening right now, and a lot of us are still got to set in our mind that we can do. Excuse me, it's dark. We can do. We can do. Forgive me. We can do the kind of evil that we are doing, and that by Him being a holy, a righteous, and a good God, He's not. He can't overlook it. And matter of fact, God frowns upon evil. A lot of times He won't even look up on it, and all that is in the Word, and I should know where it's at. So, I ain't making no excuses. Been trying to get back in His presence, and I'm constantly letting worldly things nibble at me. So I know when the worldly things nibble at me, I'm supposed to holler out at Him even more and seek Him even more, because He's already coming to me every time that they do what they do. Go and read Micah chapter 2, verse 1 and 3, and Malachi chapter 4 and 6. I think that's the way that I'm supposed to read it, from Micah to Malachi. But anyway, you're going to get on here and get this warning from Micah chapter 2, verse 1 to 3, and Malachi chapter 4, verse 6, and what come to me. Anyway, we're going to go to Micah. First of all, I'm going to say a quick little prayer, because I'm trying to really get back into my prayer, because I know that is the main key to the kingdom of God. God gave me a message back in 2019 of February, and He was saying, it was basically coming to me, what He wanted. It's been a while. What He wanted was prayer, worship, praise, and thanksgiving. And I know that message comes from God. I know that from the bottom of my heart, because when this first started with me, when I was constantly seeking Him in prayer, constantly worshiping Him, constantly praising Him, and constantly giving Him thanksgiving, I was being taken to places in the Spirit, and showed things in the Spirit, and the power that was up on me. And I'm going to say this boldly: the power that was up on me, I didn't understand. And a lot of times we have access to stuff that we don't understand, because we ain't being taught and guided right. And there's a lot of people that God is speaking to right now, has been speaking to for quite some time, like He had me. It then took over a decade for me to come to understand why He had me reading Ezekiel chapter 33. We start off with Ezekiel chapter 33 first. I was told to read that every day. Then He started telling me Ezekiel chapter 33, 34, chapter 34, and chapter 35. And I read that for like 2 or 3 years, almost every day. Then it switched over by 2013, 2014 to Ezekiel chapter 8 and 9. And then chapter 7 was added on to in 2015. I would read 7, 8, 9. And I've been reading these chapters off and on for years. And I didn't understand it. And, like I say, the more and more I read it, the more and more things happen, the more and more I understand it. And finally, in 2014 or 2013, I had got a revelation, because I had been studying Revelations, especially the last end chapters. And I was saying, this is really talking about going all the way back to Genesis and coming forth. And I went to praying to the Lord, saying, Lord, if you will help guide me, I know that I can take and do this and tell this backwards. And it started right back then. I was starting to pray. And he didn't answer the prayer right then. He didn't start answering that prayer to this year when I started doing that with Covered by God in Houston, Texas. He opened up my eyes and that helped my understanding to a way that I could take and go backwards with this. And he also rectified something that I did wrong in 2020 when I said that Ezekiel chapter 8, verse 1 to 6 is 5. The actual verse was Genesis chapter 24. Forgive me, Genesis chapter 25, verse 24. And the verse wasn't Genesis chapter 25, verse 24. The verse was Genesis chapter 25, verse 6. And he helped me to correct that in a way where he showed me all three of the verses, taking and coming into his wholeness and his fullness from the actual verse that it was. Because in Genesis chapter 25, I know, Lord, just sometimes just comes up out of me. So finish this and I'll get on. Genesis chapter 25, verse 6 is the 665 verse. And I kept on talking about 24 and how God wanted to birth something new out of the womb. And y'all hear me keep on going back to this because I was so full with that. I thought I was so right with that. And to come to find out I was, but I just had it in the wrong, how can I say this? I just had the verse wrong. But what I was saying was actually true. I was feeling it in my soul and my spirit. It kept on coming to want to burst something new out of the womb, want to burst something new, and just kept on over and over. And I got so caught up with that I made a mistake. But if you pay attention, that's the 660. That's the 665th verse, Genesis chapter 25, verse 6, where Abraham is taking it and giving gifts to his other sons and getting them away from Isaac. So you had a 6th verse there. And then in verse 23, God is speaking to his wife, telling his wife that it was going to be two different nations in a womb or whatnot, and they was going to be separated. One was going to be stronger than the other. Then in 24, she's giving birth to this, what God is speaking. 23 breaks down to 5. 24 breaks down to 6. So here it is. You have the 665 showing itself in the second form. 6, 5, 6. And this is she birthing. And then what she was really giving birth to wasn't this Jacob. You know, the one that was going to have the 12 sons, that was going to be these 12 tribes that was going to represent Israel. Not only that, but if you pay attention, we know that Jesus comes from that lineage. Now, if you pay attention, when you get to John chapter 5, you get the same number and you get the last part of it. You get the chapter 5, verse Jesus showing up on the scene, seeing this man lie and knew that he had been in the state a long time. That's 5, 6. And then right in the middle, you get 42, which breaks down to 6. You get the last part of that 5, 6, 6. So here was the birthing of something that God is reminding us of that happened, that's going to happen again. And I got carried away, but God still took this year and he allowed me to be able to speak on it a little bit more, and I didn't finish it, and I'm sorry for that. You know, I've been praying, Lord, help me to finish the things that you start in me. But anyway, today, as I was praying, and I was talking to the Lord, a little short prayer. Lord, please help me to explain this in the right way. And please help them to understand, Lord, that they need to understand that in this hour, in this minute, in this second, that you ain't playing no more, and neither is Satan. You know, that we coming to that point in time where the flames in Matthew chapter 24, is going to manifest like never before because we're getting closer and closer. We're getting closer and closer to a lot of things that a lot of men and women of God that you have been speaking to over the years have been speaking on. We're coming to that. And I'm asking in the mighty name of Yeshua Jesus Christ of Nazareth that you help them to understand that you stir up something in their soul and their spirit and their knower where they will know, Heavenly Father, like you do in me sometimes. And I just lose focus. You did it the other day. You tried to bless me again. And you know that I understand that now, but I'm always missing it. You send me right back to Abraham. Chapter 12, verse 4, when you call him, and Abraham, said okay about the calling. And you showed me, a lot of people going to get mad about that. And you showed me and you revealed to me that the 75-57 was talking again because it started with the 57. He took me back to that. And then you gave me confirmation the next day, or either 2 days, I believe it was the next day. You gave me confirmation again. I know you speak to people in other ways. You speak to me in this way. You gave me confirmation either the next day or the day of where that number come out, 75-57. You can find that right there in Genesis chapter 12, verse 4. I'm not trying to mislead no more. I'm just trying to get them to understand that you talk in other ways. So I'm sharing stuff with them that I feel that if they understand that the way that you bless us might be not ways that we think you would, or you speak in ways that we might not think you would, because I got led right back to that. And that number come out right after that. Just help them to understand you speak in ways that they might not understand, or in ways that they do understand. We all understand blessings. We all want that. And this has been used against us in many ways because people know that there's blessings in him. Help us understand that the blessings is there. Help us to understand the evil is there. Help us to understand the manipulation is there. Help us to understand that you're speaking to us and calling us right now. I ask all this in the mighty name of Yeshua, Jesus Christ of Nazareth. And I thank you for trying to bless you. And I'm asking that you not let me miss my blessings. I ask that you not let me walk outside of my calling. I ask that you not let me be something that I'm not. I don't want to be like that. I want to be the person that you call me to be. And I ask that you let other people know that is the right thing for them to be who you call them to be and not someone else. It's dangerous. Real dangerous trying to be someone else. It was dangerous for me to want to be able to speak and say the word like Freddie Haynes and Bishop T.D. Jakes and Pastor Curtis R. Grant. It was dangerous for me to try to be like them when you call me to be like me. It was dangerous for me wanting to take and speak like I hear other men and women of God speak prophetically when you didn't call me to speak prophetically like that. I understand that now. And I'm asking that you help others understand that too. Because there's so many that you are touching and that you are moving in right now. I don't want them to miss it like I missed it. And I'm asking from the bottom of what's left of my soul that you touch them and help them to understand so that they don't miss. I know you're getting ready to do a great thing within the earthly realm for your children. And even those that don't know how much you truly love them. Awaken what's in them in a powerful way so they don't miss. Let us not miss. Let us know and I know her. Let us know and I know. I ask this in the mighty name of Jesus Christ of Nazareth. And I thank you. Amen. And I wish you would help me understand why I blow out air. I thank you, amen. Wow. Anyway, I'm going to do this I'm going to read this now, and I'm going to read it again at the end. We in Micah chapter 2, verse 1 and 3. And it says, woe to them that devise iniquities and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in the power of their hand. And they cover fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man in his house, even a man in his heritage. Therefore thus saith the Lord, behold, against this family do I devise an evil, from which you should not remove your necks, neither should you go wholly, for this time is evil. That screws what I got on. I'm not trying to impress anyone. I've been trying to clean up and straighten up around the house. So, coming to you as I am. Malachi chapter 4, verse 6. And he shall turn the hearts of the fathers to the children, and the hearts of the children to the father. Lest I come and smite the earth with a kiss. Lest I come and smite the earth with a curse. I don't know who you is present right now, y'all. Still ain't listening. Okay, now here we is. Today's date is 7/27/23. Time 11:54 a.m. At the end of my prayer, it came to me that so many soak in the darkness. Another word came to me. I was told that it means they soak in their darkness. The other word I couldn't spell, and I'm not pronouncing it right, wallow or something. It came something anyway. I was told that it meant that they soak in their darkness. Okay, and that come to me at the end of my prayer. I was told that. Let me go back again. At the end of my prayer, it came to me that so many soak in their darkness. I was told, it came to me another word, but I was told that the other word meant this, okay? As I prayed, I seen a rat spirit. I know this is the spirit of nibbles that tries to come against the blessings of God for me and others. This spirit was removed again. Keep on being removed, and whoever it is, keep on using that knowledge. And God, that's why God keep on telling me to read Micah chapter 2, verse 1 and 3, and Malachi 4 and 6. I then continued to pray because I felt something was still wrong. I then seen the spirit of Jezebel sitting in me, surrounded by a dark mist. So she had like a halo of darkness around her. And it can be a male too. Spirit attacks both genders. So y'all need to know that. I seen the spirit of Jezebel sitting in me, surrounded by a dark mist, like a halo. As I continued to pray, I was reminded, I reminded Father Yahweh of the word He gave me at the end of last year and the beginning of this year about coveting, and how He has been telling me about dealing with the spirit of Jezebel for a long time. Now, at the beginning of this year, I was told, and the end of last year, I was told that coveting is a sin punishable by death. And I've been told about the spirit of Jezebel. I'm just going to read what I got. Since 2009, he had been speaking to me about Jezebel and dealing with her. Okay? So this go way back over a decade. I've seen the spirit removed and chains come off of my feet and hands and neck, and a big ball that was linked to these chains just come from up out of my soul. I seen all of them go to the East Coast and dropped. So I know by going there, I know what's going on, because I still been fighting some men and women of God in New York and around that D.C. area too, but that's neither here nor there either, because I believe He's going to deal with it. I was then told to post Micah chapter 2, verse 1 to 3, and Malachi chapter 4, verse 6. I was then shown, okay, I was right, but I was then shown, I was then shown in the spirit realm bad things that would still happen out in the Pacific. Okay, what was being revealed to me is things that had been shown to me over and over, and I was showing them again. I was showing how things were going to still happen in the Pacific. I was showing how things that was going to happen in the Gulf. I was showing, the Gulf is something that just started recently, so let me go on no lies again. That the Pacific and the Atlantic is things that constantly been shown to me. The Gulf has just started back again in the last month and a half or so. So I don't want to, because God He's not going to back up nothing that's not true. Okay, so the Gulf thing is stirred up again since about June. Okay, where I was, then I got ready, out there, got to the Atlantic, where I was reminded of the waves and the hurricanes the waves and the hurricane last month and this month. So being reminded of what I was being shown. Seeing things up on land too that will be happening more, okay? A lot of you women, now this is me speaking, okay? A lot of you women are still playing sexual games with me in the spirit realm. I'm truly sorry for the wrong I did to a lot of you women in my past life. I'm sorry. I hope you can forgive me one day. And for all you that's doing evil like I once did, I hope you come to understand this. I hope that you would come to understand it. I'm still speaking to you women that's doing evil like I used to do, okay? And it saddens me because I know that God is reaching out to a lot of women using it in a powerful way. So to see y'all doing this is like, wow, don't y'all see how God is moving in the women right now? Y'all can't see this, and it's a shame that some of y'all are so blinded that you can't see it, because he's showing the devil what you took and used for evil, I'm going to use for good to whoop your A. I'm leave it at that. Anyway, I was camping. I was camping for three days and 3 nights. And the second night, I seen John and his wife stand up to about 2:30 or 3 o'clock talking and looking at each other as the fire burned different colors. He had some stuff that you could take an ear to it, and it makes the fire burn in pretty different blues and purples and orange and all that. It was just real nice. And I know that the setting for them was nice because he was sitting right in front of the wall. So I'm watching them, I'm paying attention to them, just observing, sitting there in the dark myself with the fire burning, just, just relaxing. The next night, John came over where I was and sat with me until 4 in the morning. He sat with me until 4 in the morning. We talked about a little of everything. And when he talked about his wife, I need y'all women to get this playing games. And when he talked about his wife, he called her his best friend. He called her his best friend. That stuck with me as I thought about the both of them that night before setting in front of the fire. So when he said, when he went to talking about it, he was basically saying, that's my best friend. That's more than my wife. I could talk to her about anything. We were friends for such and such years before we even got married and all that. And, I'm looking at them and whatnot, and I'm saying, yeah, well, one thing y'all get that a lot of couples don't get, y'all communicate with each other. And that's real important in a relationship. So we're just sitting there kicking, but the best friend thing, it just stuck down in my soul. Okay? I also remember God calling Abraham friend. And I thought about all that, and I was like, wow. I want to think about Genesis 2:18, when God said, man shouldn't be alone, I'll make a helpmate for him. My mind just went around him. And I decided that night, I wanted me a best friend when God heals me, or a wife I can call best friend to. So stop the dumb stuff. I'm looking for something else when God heals me. I'm looking for a best friend. Stop the dumb stuff, y'all. And know that each and every one of y'all is precious, unique, and it's something inside of y'all that y'all should want a man that won't first before the flush. I was a flush chaser. I go from sleeping with one woman straight to another. I did it many times. I wronged many of y'all, many times in many ways. I'm sorry. But I'm not going to let y'all keep me in bondage to my past. And I'm coming after my blessing with God's help. And I'm going to get it. And y'all ain't going to prevent that either. So for each and every one of y'all is coming against my blessing, doing stuff against me, coming against my help, doing stuff against me, remember, I remember the word that God gave me about coveting, being a sin punishable by death. I remember what God told me in 2020, that a lot of people will escape this COVID thing, but they wouldn't escape the judgment that was coming in 2023, 2024, 2025. That they wouldn't escape it. Y'all be careful what y'all doing right now in this time and this season. Since so many of y'all like to talk about season, this is a season where we're going to see God start to move in a powerful, powerful way. Not saying that he ain't been moving, but in a powerful way. This is the season. I've been hollering this since last year and the years before about the year of the 66, the year of the Bible, the year where we're going to see Matthew explode. We already seeing it and we're missing it. A lot of people missing it. We are already seeing the rumors of wars and earthquakes and device. It's finna increase. The next thing that we're going to see, and we already getting the indication that it's coming, look at how Russia's over there bombing the grain and stuff over there in Ukraine. That's a sign, y'all. One of many that we should be paying attention to, because something is going to happen to a lot of these crops and stuff. I seen last year or the year before last, I can't remember exactly, don't want to lie, but it wasn't this year, it was before. Seen chickens dead, cows dead, okay? Something bad is getting ready to happen. And God speaks about in verse 7, which is the one that he told, I'm being told, to look at the numbers that come in a Powerball jackpot that I missed, to look at the numbers and equate each one of those numbers with the book of Matthew, chapter 24. So if we're going from the beginning, 7, 10, 11, 13, verse 24, then double to 24 to 40. If we look at them verses and look what's in there, if we start with the first, I'm going to read that, then I'm going to get off. Leave y'all a little something that y'all should be thinking about. Matthew chapter 24, verse 7. We're gonna go right there. Just with this. And pay attention to what it says. It says, for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And there should be famines. And when we get to the famine in the one part, when you just do it like I do it, at the end of the word famine, you get 22. What was found in the middle of Deuteronomy 11:11 when I did the middle part? We found 22 letters right there. Okay? And I was telling y'all that there was a flip side to Deuteronomy 11:11. Okay? Take heed. Famines. In the 22 letters when you just do the part. Okay? 22 letters in the middle of Deuteronomy 11:11. I took y'all back to when things was happening with Noah from that, in that hookup. Go back and watch the videos, okay? And then it goes on to say, and pestilence. We know that pestilence means outbreaks. And I told y'all way back in 2012 when God showed me a vision, he showed me men and women in white coats, and they had vials, and in these vials they had viruses. I told y'all I seen more than one virus. Okay? Something else is on its way. Okay? And because we not listening, God gonna let man, with their man-made diseases, have their way. Okay? Pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. And that's said in 22 words. Here we go to that 22 again. Okay? That's just the one verse. The other one go down, don't got time. So I'm going to start keeping these videos as short as I can. And really don't want to be on here right now. But I'm not going to tell the Lord not to speak to me. I'm not going to make that mistake. I love you, Father. Thank you. Use me in any way that you want to. As long as it's you. Don't let the enemy use me in any kind of way. For nothing. I ask this in the mighty name of Yeshua, Jesus Christ of Nazareth. And I ask that for all my brothers and sisters who use you. And congratulations to your engagement, Tiffany Montgomery. I admire that sister a lot. I hope you continue to move in the Lord. My sister Victoria Orzine, you know, I see y'all too. Bam, bam. Continue to do what y'all doing, sisters. God gonna do a great and powerful thing in there. I love y'all, and I love my other brothers and sisters too. Have a blessed day.